G'day and welcome to Duck Solar Gaming and Farming Simulator 22. In this how-to video, we're going to take you through how to basically set up your game in relation to turning on and off seasons, all that sort of good stuff. Right, let's just get straight into it. So if we go to the menu, if we scroll down and come into our game settings, this is where all our settings are that we need to know about. So pause game. So pause game, it's done either for the menu or you can use the pause button on your keyboard. Everything I'm talking about is PC centric, so I apologize for that. I don't run Farming Simulator console, so you guys can work it out. It'll be very similar. But anyway, your auto save interval, anywhere from 5 minutes or off, all the way through to 15 minutes. So that's fine. Timescale, you have everything from real time, 2 time, 3 time, 5 time, 6, 10, 15, 30, 60, 120, and 0.5. Anyway, right, that's okay. Economic difficulty, standard. We have easy, normal, and hard. Nice and simple. Traffic on or off. That's for all your AI traffic that runs around on the roads. Now we come to seasons, and this is very important. So if you don't want to play with seasons, or what is seasonal growth in FS22. Don't let me get me started about this yet. We can have yes or no. So if you have that turned off, you won't have seasonal growth. You'll just be playing it plain vanilla, not worrying about the seasons. The days per month, this is where you set how many days you have per month. So if you really want to be a sadist, you could have 28 days per month. And then your game year will take you approximately 300 odd days for the year. Give or take, of course. 28 days times 12, you can work it out. The fixed visual month, you can set in here if you want to have the visual set to be a particular month. So say, for instance, I want to set for March. My visuals will change to reflect that. So let's have a quick look. That's what it looks like in March. Now, this is on Elm Creek, so the US. So that's what the visuals will be. And that's what the visuals will remain for the period of playing the game. If I wanted to instead make it July, you can see July, we have all the leaves back on the trees, and it's a little bit brighter and all that sort of stuff. And of course, if we go through December, and there we go. Oh, that's rather ordinary. Anyway, what's happening there? Anyway, right, crops and growth. Oh, sorry, snow. That was the other thing we had to do. So snow falls on the ground and can be moved by vehicles. If you don't want to have snow in seasons, you can actually turn that off. Crops and growth. Crop destruction, on or off. So basically, if that is off, that means you can drive through the fields without destroying the crops. Very simple. And on means that when you drive through the crops, if you don't have crop ties on, then you will damage the field and the crop. Periodic ploughing required, either on or off. So that's just whether you periodically need to plough your field. So every 3 or 4 cycles. I think it's generally 3 cycles. I'm not 100% sure what it is in FS22, but certainly it was before it was 3 cycles. So, field stones, on or off. So there's stones that now appear on the field, and you either need to pick them up or roll them back under the surface of the ground. So we need to look at that. I don't know what that's doing that for. A bit of a glitch going. Anyway, sorry about that. Lime, again, either on or off. Weeds, on or off, whether or not weeds will grow. That's all nice and simple. So these ones here affect your actual gameplay for your fields and all that sort of stuff. This one here is for seasons, and this one here is generic. As we come further down, vehicle control, dirt. So we have slow, normal, and fast. So that's just how dirty it becomes. Automatic engine start. So when you jump into the vehicle, if this is set to on, the engine will start. If it's set to off, it won't. Stop and go braking, for keeping the brake button held. So if you hold the brake button down or the brake pedal down, and then keep it held, you'll then, once you've stopped, go into reverse. If that's off, you won't do that. Trailer fill limit. So this is an interesting one. So the trailer can only be filled until the max allowed weight is reached. Right, so you can have that set as well. You can't overload your trailers. Fuel usage, either on low, normal. That was all there is. Low and normal. I thought it was a high, but there's not. AI workers. So this is basically when you have an AI worker. So you have someone, an AI plowing a field, seeding a field, harvesting a field, etc., etc., etc. Whether they will automatically refill the fuel, the seeds, the fertilizer, the slurry, and the manure. If you've got it set to buy, they'll automatically buy that as they're going along. If you've got it off, then they won't buy it. Then if they run out of fuel, you then need to take the fuel to the unit, or hopefully you'll do it before it runs out of fuel and take it and get it refueled. All right. So that's the basic game settings for FS22. General settings are also here. Now, these are just your general settings for the game itself. Top window, on or off. Colorblind mode, on or off. Interactive zone markers. So that's the yellow and black markers that are where you can interact, so dumping and all that sort of stuff. Either on or off. Field info, on or off as well. If you don't like getting the window with all the field information, you can turn that off. The money unit, you can have dollars, pounds, and euros. Measuring unit, kilometers or miles. The temperature unit, Celsius or Fahrenheit, obviously. You can have area unit as hectares or acres. The radio you can have either off or on, and you can have the vehicle radio range as vehicle only or always on. I would probably suggest you probably don't have it on if you're streaming or YouTube video making or whatever else. But anyway, that's up to you. All right, the camera, reset camera, vehicle camera. So remembers the camera position for each vehicle once you exit it. If you have that off, so it'll remember the camera position you're in. If you turn that on, it'll just reset it for each time you exit. Indoor camera suspension off. This is follows the movement of the seat suspension and gives a more realistic feeling. Dynamic vehicle camera, where it tries to stay horizontal with the environment and invert the y-axis. Input controls. So, easy arm controls for the crane. So it turns on simplified controls for the cranes. You can turn that on or off. You have sensitivity for the camera and vehicle arm sensitivity. There you can adjust those. Steering back speed. That's how quick the steering wheel returns to the default position. So if you've turned hard left, it's how quick it returns back to the straight position. Steering sensitivity, direction change. So this is where we can actually toggle in the manual direction change. So if the vehicle direction is wanting to be changed manually, so you want to press the clutch or another button to change to reverse, you have that set to manual. If you have it set to automatic, it'll be done by that. Gear shift mode. This setting changes the gear shift mode of vehicles with a manual transmission. So you can have automatic or manual with clutch. So if you've got a shifter and you've got a set of pedals with the clutch, then you can use manual with clutch. If, for instance, you've just got a shifter or you just want to use buttons or your wheel paddles or whatever else to do the gear shifting, you can set that to manual and not worry about having to have the clutch. Speedometer display value. You can either display engine speed or vehicle speed. Switch to trains on or off. Input help mode, auto. It's not really much. Then you have your sound options. And that is the primary controls for the game for FS22. Now, not a lot has changed with FS19. Are some additional new items in there for the new parts of the game. But just remembering, you want to come in and change your seasons in particular or your crops and growth, you need to be in the game settings section here, and you can change all that. Make sure you save it, and then you're all good to go. All right. Hope this helped you and gave you a little bit of clarification, just a nice quick how-to. And if you like this video, then make sure you click that like button and subscribe and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, take care. Enjoy FS22. Thanks very much for watching. See you all later. Bye.